This right here is a Mercedes 300 CD Turbodiesel that I want to try and revive. And I've named this the Mossmobile because that's moss growing in the carpet. And there's a pond in the back seat. I mean, the whole carpet is basically moss. But I think the car is still mechanically solid, and surprisingly, the frame looks to be intact. And as counterintuitive as it may seem, the fact that the back floor pan holds water means the floor pan is not rusted out. Muffler is totally gone though. Now this thing has been parked here since at least 2004, or at least that's the last time it was, registered. And this belonged to my uncle. And it's parked out here next to his tractor shed. So let me get you the story of this here Mossmobile. This belonged to my second cousin, and when she got tired of it, she sold it to my uncle, and he bought it with the intent to give it to his youngest, well, his middle child, so she could drive it around. And eventually it started having starter issues, and then the AC went out, so she gave up on it and bought herself something that was in a better state. And my uncle got the starter fixed, and then his son, his youngest, drove it around for a while. And then, him being the son of a farmer and the heir to a farm, went and got himself a truck. So then he parked this over here because he didn't, he can only drive one car at a time. He didn't have a need for a luxury Mercedes. So it sat here for a good minute. So then when his oldest got ready to build a house and they got ready to build a dock out there by the boat ramp, he traded this and an old truck to a good friend of his so that his friend would build him a saltwater dock because, his friend was in the business of that. So, seemed like a fair trade. And he's the sort of guy who collects, equipment, whether it runs or not, and just, sort of keeps it or sells it or does something with it. And for whatever reason, he came and he got the truck. And I guess he could never get this running, so he didn't come and get it. And it's been sitting here since 2004. So it's been 16 years since this has been on the road, and I'm gonna try and resurrect it. So let me get in the engine bay and show you what the state of that is. I do have the key though. I met my cousin out here when I was poking around this initially. Told him what I wanted to do, and he said, yeah, I don't see why not. It was running beforehand. Whoops. Well, fuck. Alright, now as I was saying before I broke the hood latch off and had to go find a stick to get it open. Yeah, this is made of plastic apparently. When I was out here initially poking around in it, trying to see if it was even worth tinkering with, I ran into my cousin, who was the last one to drive it, and he seemed to think there was nothing wrong with it because, he just stopped driving it because he didn't want to drive it anymore. And he works on diesels all day because tractors, and he was pretty confident I could just come out here, clean the whole engine bay out, make sure all those linkages work, spritz some ether and put a battery in it, turn the key, and get her to run. So that's my plan. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad in there. We popped the old 710 cap off. I don't see any rust on that camshaft. And it does have oil. Although it is black as ink. But it's a diesel. This does come with the caveat that I have never driven a diesel. I've never worked on a diesel. I don't even know what diesel smells like. And I've never worked on a Mercedes. However, I have worked on 2 Mopars, which were made during the Daimler-Chrysler merger, and this was made in 1985 during the Daimler-Chrysler merger. So technically, this is a Mopar, and I've wrenched on Mopars. Or technically that's a Mercedes, and I've wrenched on Mercedes. Anyway, I'm gonna figure it out, and you're gonna come along for the ride. I've got a battery that came out of my Jeep. I don't know if this is the same post size, but I think it's close enough. I'll make it fit. I got the key. I can't get into the fuel tank because apparently the trunk latch runs off of a vacuum, and I'm hoping if I can get the battery in here and the starter works and I can get it to turn over a couple of times, I can draw enough vacuum to be able to open the hood, to be able to open the gas cap, to be able to pump out the fuel tank and put in fresh diesel, and then come in here and replace all of my filters and whatnot. First step is to bring that battery, pump out the back seat, get all the water out of there so that so there's not like a short that like electrocutes me. And as you can see down in there, she does have a new-ish starter. So that was probably put in 2000. So I bet the starter's just fine. Battery cables don't look too bad. I believe this is entirely a southern car, so the undercarriage should be just fine. It is in salt air for the most part though, so that may be a problem. I did break one of the hood supports when I was getting in here because it's all rusted out down in there. I'm guessing water collected in there. And that rusted the mount out for this, and that broke off, and that took me like 2 hours to get up there. But that side still works. Let's see, and I broke that. And now I'm trying to figure out where the fuel pump is. Is that the fuel pump? I don't know what the hell that is, but it's ruined. Probably gonna need to fix that. Ah, there's the fuel filter. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna need to go in here and bleed all of these. So you may be wondering why I'm even interested in this in the first place, and that's because I like weird stuff. And currently I own one 90-degree V6 Mopar. That's a small SUV. It's a Jeep Liberty. I have access to one 90-degree V6 Mopar, which is a medium-sized truck, and I just want something different. And I kind of want a diesel, and I want something weird. And I also want something that's got significance. You know, it's got a story, and this has a story. And it's weird because it has an inline 5 in it, and it's a turbocharged diesel. Though I don't really know where the turbocharger is. Is that the turbo? Oh, there's the turbo. What could be as attainable and weird as an inline 5-cylinder turbo diesel that's parked out here in the middle of the South Carolina sun that I can come over here and wrench on in peace for free? And if I can fix, I can probably get the thing for basically dirt cheap. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me, and I have no brain, which is why. Well, the brake seems to work. And the accelerator pedal isn't stuck. So that's a good sign. Oh, heck yeah, we got floppy disk, boy. And a CD player? In 85? Oh, we jamming. That's probably aftermarket, actually. You know, it's actually not... Oh, we got a sunroof, too. Hot damn. Oh, man, look at that moss. That's just beautiful. Oh, I bet none of those work. Oh, we got a brake release. That's sketchy. Man, I can't wait to have a nice car. Oh yeah, boy, we even got mags. And what is that? Is that a rotor? Heck yeah. Let me see if I can look at the frame a little better. Oh man. Is that a second muffler or is that a cat? Well, there wouldn't be a cat on a diesel. Huh. Yeah, muffler's gone though. Well, the diff isn't touching. That's a really good sign. I don't know if the hubs are. This is a very dry area, so this has never been flooded. If this was flooded, then we all would have died. They don't look too bad. Let me go see if there's brake fluid. Is this brakes? That's brakes. I don't know if that's supposed to be jiggly. That ain't fluid, that's like brake paste. Well, that's going to be flushed and or totally replaced. There's no blue goo. I'm surprised that rubberized plastic still works. That's totally shot. No water. I'm sure it was left with water in it. It just evaporated. Good. Oh, hey, that does actually lock. Cool. Let's see. The electric fan is missing blades. That's a good sign. Or maybe it was designed like, I think it was designed like that. Those are faded. I'm pretty sure this is an R12 AC, so there's no way I'm fixing that. Pump still looks fine. These are fairly rusty. I'm fairly certain there's no diesel left in here. I'm sure it all evaporated. How hot a sin it gets and how open this is. So really, I just want to make sure it turns over. Then I'm going to try and totally flush the fuel system. And then I guess we're just gonna send her. Just gonna feed her the beans, lay down the onions. Let's see if there's train fluid in it. Oh, ooh, and it's clean. Wow, she's full up. That's the pinkest stuff I've ever seen. She is an automatic. I was kind of hoping it'd be a manual because I don't know how to drive a manual and I wanted one. But I'll take a turbocharged inline 5 diesel. It's a good consolation prize. I still don't know what that thing is, and good lord, it is in terrible shape. Oh, that's the AC. Okay, good. I don't need to worry about that then. Oh, hey, turns out the latch is not actually in there. It's just held in by a rubber detent. Whoops. I don't know why I couldn't get that open before. Good. God, that might be seized. Okay, that wasn't that bad. I didn't smell like anything. Let's see if I can find a long ass stick to see if how much fungus is growing in there. Actually, I think I smell diesel. Although I don't know what diesel smells like. Alright, I think this is like an 8-foot boat antenna or something, so we're gonna try that. And hope I don't poke a hole right through the bottom of the tank. Or that there's not a strainer in here. Feels like there's a strainer in here. There's some sort of something going on in there. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, that wasn't the case. I don't know how, if that even comes out at all. I don't think it does. But it sort of dog legs. It goes down and then flat and then down. So I'm gonna have to get a shoelace or something and chuck it down in there. Now the reason why old Mossy was full of moss to begin with is when I found this thing, that's how the door was sitting. Like that. Not quite shut. Just enough for every torrential rain to just dump water right in here. And the car's parked it ever so slightly an angle that way, so it all runs over there. And it's just rains so much here, it's so humid here, it could never quite evaporate out. That's why she's so wet. Either that or the sunroof leaks. That's another distinct possibility. The reason why it was like that is because someone had tripped this lock right here, and so you couldn't shut the door. But I fixed that. Sort of. There it is. First thing I fixed on the car. Alright, so I got my marching orders for old Mossy. Step 1, get the sump pump, dry out the back. 2, throw a tarp over the block, clean all the hood insulation off. 3, vacuum out the entire engine bay, blow out as much crap as I can. 4, since I got the compressor, put air in all the tires. 5, throw a tarp over the top so that water doesn't get into the sunroof. Leave both doors cracked, that way it can vent out and dry a little bit. Come back here and make sure to shut the doors anytime I think it's going to rain for a while. And then 5, clean out terminals, stick in a battery, and see if she turns over. And then if that works, 6 will be clean the entire fuel system, pump the whole thing dry, replace all the filters, crack all the fuel lines, bleed all of those, get all the air out, all the old fuel out, and then 7, send it. Dump on the onions, feed her the beans, put her in the ketchup. But until that, I got a lot ahead of me, and you're going to be here for the journey. So stick around. Time out.